gentlemen, welcome to the Stanky Physical Education Center. It's Javelina Basketball's annual breast cancer awareness game. Today's Lone Star Conference action brings in the Red Bells of Angelo State to the spec to take on your Javelinas. Just a reminder that Javelinas will be using the challenge review system. Like many other sports, it allows the use of video to review certain decisions by the officials. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'd like to take just a moment and do a moment of silence for the passing of Cheryl Soup Campbell. Cheryl was an All-American, or rather All-Star Conference and LSC All-Tournament selection during her career with the Javelinas from 1980 to 1984. She's actually on one of the first teams that I announced for here at Javelina World. And she was also a member of the Javelina Hall of Fame. Cheryl passed away this past weekend after a short illness in San Antonio. Services will be held Saturday in her hometown. Here's the starting lineup for the Red Bells. Junior guard number 3, Angelo Davis. Senior guard number 10, Marco Daniel.
Good evening and welcome inside the Steinke Physical Education Center here on the campus of Texas A&M University, Kingsville, where this evening the Javelina Sports Network presents Texas A&M-Kingsville Javelinas women's basketball. The Javelinas hosting the number 20 team in the nation, the Angelo State Red Bells. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Mark and Sarah, and we have 40 minutes of basketball for you this evening. The Javelinas come in at 8 and 11. They're 5 and 7 in the Lone Star Conference, and they're hosting an Angelo State team that is red hot, 16 and 2, 11 and 1 at the top of the Lone Star Conference. They come in winning having won 6 consecutive games. And Angelo, fresh off of a home victory over over 2 of their rivals near the top of the Lone Star Conference, Tarleton on Thursday and A&M Commerce on Saturday. Red Bells looking to keep their streak alive. The Javelinas trying to break a streak of 3 consecutive losses to move against those same 2 teams, Tarleton and A&M Commerce, this weekend. Were unable to find a win on Thursday or Saturday. Duke had a stretch of 5 wins in 6 games in the month of January prior to their game against Cameron 2 weeks ago. But since then, the Javelinas have lost 3 straight. The good news for Timuc is they still find themselves in 6th place in the Lone Star Conference. And they're sharing that spot essentially with Midwestern State and Texas Women's. The good news for Timuc again, they have beaten both of those teams this season. They have one more matchup with each squad on the docket. But they do own head-to-head advantages over each team at this point. And starting lineups taking the floor for both teams. Deanira Moore against Hannah Alcoin. The opening tip to Angelo State. And a three right off the bat from Marquita Daniels. And Angelo State scores the first 3 points of this game. The starters for ASU, and it really is a who's who of all Lone Star Conference performers. Ahead with it is Michaela Blunt. Desiree Hampton right for Blunt. Inside for Deanira Moore. Moore with the layup off the glass for 2.
Let's go!
And the guards on this team for Coach Renee Shippey in her 3rd season are Asia Davis, Michaela Blunt, and Desiree Hampton. Along with Marquita Daniels, Deanira Moore, the one forward in the starting lineup for Angelo State. Tanya inside, now out for Reve Payne, who pulls up and cans a jumper. Danielle Metter, Reve Payne, and Christina Kanya are the guards for Wade Scott in this one, with Hannah Alcoin and Brianna Solis the forward spots.
Motion, move!
Angelo team has taken over the top spot in the LSC, and we get a whistle. And a 3-second violation will turn it over to Tamu.
Hey, let's go. Energy.
And Angelo's taken over that top spot since West Texas is a bit of a slide by the Buffs that started here at the Spec when the Javelinas edged out a 2-point victory over a team that was at that time ranked number 2 in the country. And that West Texas team is the same team that handed Angelo State its only loss in conference play. Payne. Inside Solis on a work on Moore. In and out for the layup for 2. And that one loss for Angelo occurred just under a month ago on January 12th, a 2-point loss at home. But since then, as I mentioned, they've won 6 straight. Daniels from outside, no good. Rebounded by Kanya. Ahead for Danielle Metter. Metter tries to throw the contact, has a shot blocked. Angelo wants to run. Pass Daniels, stepping back against Alcoin. Kanya comes up to guard, gets run over, and there's a foul on Marquita Daniels, who glares at the referee.
She was on the arc.
And that's Daniels' first foul. That's the first foul against either team in this game so far. And Daniels, the preseason LSC Player of the Year, has 4 20-point games to her credit this season. And averaging better than 15 points per game. She enters this game the number 3 scorer in the LSC. Metter, stolen by Daniels. Daniels to Blunt. We get a whistle, and a travel will turn it over. And Daniels, an extremely opportunistic player on defense. She is far and away the top player in the LSC as far as steals are concerned. She has 54 steals. She averages better than 3 a game. No one else in the conference can make that claim. And when you have Daniels on the outside, as Reve Payne, 3, no good. We have Reve Payne on the outside, and Deanira Moore, who was the conference's Defensive Player of the Year last year, on the inside. You get an outstanding defensive ball club. Daniels inside, right through the hands of Asia Davis. Another turnover for ASU.
Let's go. We're good. Asia, get out of the paint. Come on, replace. Here we go. We can stop.
These two teams met earlier in the year back on December 6th in San Angelo, and the Rams ran away with a 75-43 victory. Alcoin using the bucket using the glass to perfection, and the Javelinas had the lead for the first time today. And 3 subs preparing to check in for the Rambells. Daniels, Hampton inside for Moore for the bucket and the foul. And Deanira Moore just too big and too strong to be stopped on that play. The first foul for the Javelinas goes against Reve Payne. Katara Samuels and Maria Delgado checking in for ASU. As Moore gives the visitors the lead back at the 6:29 mark.
Nice shot, D.
Energy, E.
Katara, you got ball. Let's go.
E.
Nice shot.
Stay on the ground. You're the second one off the ground.
Let's go. Let's go.
Stop here. Let's go.
Pressure, pressure. Let's go.
Come on, Katara. Move those feet.
Reve Payne. Outside Alcoin. Kanya wants to step back, try the jump shot. 2 points for Christina Kanya. And we're even at 8.
Look to your back.
Layup doesn't go inside for the rebound, and the putback is Essence Johnson.
Good attack. Let's defend. Keep out of the middle. Come on, Black. Wake up.
Kanya, Payne, Metter.
Keep them out of the middle, Maria.
Shot rebounded by Johnson. Three way too strong from Hampton. And Javelina's get the ball back. Payne making her second start of the year. Kanya now for Danielle Metter. Alcoin. Alcoin lost it. Just manages to keep it in bounds. Now gives up to Kanya with 7 to shoot. Payne with her eyes on the shot clock. Kanya. That three off the rim, rebounded by ASU. Racing into the front court is Delgado. Delgado on Kanya, has a shot blocked. Trying to save it and keeping it in bounds with Hampton. And Davis will set up once again.
Maria,
Hampton on Alcoin. Shot over Solis. No good, rebounded by Metter. Metter quickly into the front court. Lost it out of bounds to the Javelinas. And with 4:25 to go, we'll take our first timeout. 10 to 8 ASU. You're watching Javelina Women's Basketball. We'll be right back. Javelina ball out of the timeout. Renee Thompson, the leading scorer on the LSC, and Lydia Giral making their first appearances of the day for the blue and gold. Payne inside for Solis, trying to go up and under, gets the bucket and the foul. And Brianna Solis with an opportunity to give the Javelinas the lead back. And Solis continuing to make a name for herself. Sat out last season with an injury, took a red shirt, and this season, Javelinas are seeing exactly what Wade Scott and the rest of the staff thought they were getting when they recruited her to come here to Kingsville, averaging better than 7 boards per game and keeping some company with some of the best players in the LSC.
Don't let it stick!
Inside shot, no good, but a foul
Good, Maria.
drawn by Delgado. She'll shoot 2 free throws. And they get that on Giral. That's her first. And 3 Rambelis preparing to check in. 2 shots for Delgado, a 71% free throw shooter. And Delgado nails the first one. A final from Hubert Field, the front end of a Javelina softball doubleheader, and the Havs come away with a 6-4 victory over St. Edwards. Jamuka 6-0 to start this season on the diamond. They'll play one more and then head to San Antonio this weekend. Delgado cans them both, and ASU back ahead by 1. Payne. Thompson. For Kanya. Now Reve Payne. Giral will get it back. Giral had 5 points against Commerce on Thursday. That was a season high for her. Alcoyne has that one blocked by Dionira Moore. For Moore, that's her 33rd block shot of the season. Delgado left wide open, shot no good, but the rebound off the iron comes out to Blunt. Samuel to Daniels, inside for Moore against Alcoyne. And the shot rolls. Rolls in for 2. ASU now ahead by 3, excuse me. Thompson. Alcoyne thought about trying the jumper. Moore playing good defense, and a ball stolen by Samuel. Running with Daniels for 2 points. Samuel did it all herself. Angelo ahead by 5 to the largest of the game. Wade Scott trying to calm his team down. No reason to panic here in the first period. Thompson. Alcoyne. Giral calling for it inside. Instead, Alcoyne gives it to Giral in the corner. 8 to shoot. Thompson. That was too strong. Boarded by Daniels.
Good decision, primary.
Pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by ASU. And Angelo winning the battle on the glass in a big way. 11 rebounds to 3, including 4 on the offensive glass. Out. Blunt, no good. Rebound over the outstretched reach of Giral for Daniels. That no good. Moore gets the rebound on the foul.
Hey, Guida, come here. Nice job.
And the foul goes against Renee Thompson. And Danielle Metter comes in for Christina Kanya. And Kanya and Metter running in, and Thompson, I should say, and Metter running into each other. But Thompson will take the place at the free throw line as Moore tries to complete 3-point play. She's a 70% foul shooter, and she hits that like it's nothing. 9 points already for the junior from Allen, Texas, the transfer from Utah State.
Fire! Good! Fire!
Hogs down by 8, trying to find a smart on offense. Metter. And ASU's defense really having an impact so far in this game. Metter can't get the roll. Good position by Blunt for the rebound. Samuel for Hampton.
Use it.
Daniels evaluating options, will try the long 3. No good. Rebounded by Metter. And a blocking foul called against ASU. To get that one on Samuel.
It's her first personal foul, 13 foul on the Rambo. Shooting 2 shots for the Hunters. Danielle Metter.
Metter shooting 2 for Tanuk. She's at 76% this season. That foul was the first against Samuel, but Asia Davis comes in for her. And ASU now with Davis, Daniels, Johnson, Blunt, and Hampton on the floor. 2 free throws by Metter to get the Javelina's back within 6.
Come set it, Illini.
ASU shooting 7 of 17. The Hogs 5 of 13. Both teams are perfect from the charity stripe. Combined 7 of 7.
Roll. Big post, big post. Keep
Hampton.
working, move,
Back to
You got a
Daniels.
post, bud.
Daniels' average is better than 4 assists per game. That's one of the top marks in the LSC.
Good job, Asia.
Davis.
9, 8.
Just too strong. Rebound tip around comes to Metter. Javelinas with 50 seconds to play in the half.
No foul.
Metter. Layup not strong enough, and Daniels for the rebound.
Go finish, go finish.
Moving on. Giral has it blocked.
Another one.
Payne ahead for Thompson. And travels to turn it over. Thompson is a little bit out of control there once she got into the paint. And good defense by ASU.
Right here, let's go. Go.
10. At 10, Major.
And Davis content to wait until Angelo gets the clock right where they want it before they try for the last shot of the quarter.
Back.
Out for Hampton.
5,
Back.
Inside for Johnson, who draws the foul on
Asia.
Payne.
You've got to be her back.
And 2 shots coming up for Essence
Get
Johnson.
her vision.
Number 13.
That will be 2 on Payne.
Second personal foul, 14th foul.
And 2 shots for Johnson. 51% from the free throw line this season. Johnson has hit 14 of 27. Make it 14 of 28 attempts. 2.9 seconds remain, so Tmook will have to get it up the court quickly to get any kind of a decent look. Johnson looking to push her team's lead to 7.
Pick up ball.
And
Pick
does
up
the
ball
job.
early. Pick it up early.
Good all for Payne.
Go back.
Head for Thompson, who gets it off late. Shot was an air ball anyway. So we're through with 10 minutes here at the Spec. A 7-point lead for Angelo State. This is the Javelina Sports Network coverage of Tmook women's basketball. Gagne inbounding it to Metter as we get the second period started. Alcoin has Kanya inside, gives it to her working against Johnson. Kanya has the shot blocked, and Daniels is off and running. No one's going to catch her.
Good.
2 more for
Hey,
ASU.
stay on ball, Quita.
5 points for Marquita Daniels. Boy, she can fly. Angelo 7 of 19 from the floor. Tmook 5 of 15, and Rihanna Solis for 2 points. 7 points for her.
Tennessee.
Angelo hit 1 of 6 from 3 in the first quarter. The Hogs were 0 of 2. ASU also rebounded their host 16-6. Johnson working against Solis for 2 points. And Angelo's offense looks like it's in sync right now. And if they can score, that's trouble for any opponent. Thompson, Kanya for 3. That one's off the mark. Metter the rebound will bring it back out. ASU at the top of the conference in points per game allowed, shooting percentage allowed, and 3-point field goal percentage allowed. The average allowance is 59 points per game. Kanya in for Solis, triple teamed, lost it. Out for Thompson, who couldn't keep her mitts on the basketball. And Wade Scott just trying to keep his team relaxed. Doesn't want them to try and do too much in this game, facing an excellent basketball team.
Look for the shooter.
And Angelo trying to get a double-digit lead for the first time. And the layup by Davis will do it. 11-point lead for the Rambells with 8 minutes to play in the half. Dianira Moore already with 10 for ASU. Daniels and Johnson have 5. Thompson trying to get to Kanya. Loose ball stolen by Johnson. And this is 2-on-0, and Daniels will cash it in. Thompson for Kanya. Chimook just trying to run its offense here in the second quarter. Thompson from outside. Rebounded by Metter. Metter will try a 3. That one is just off the mark. Rebound snatched by Johnson. And she traveled before she got the pass off. Delgado Moore return for Angelo State, and so does Samuel. Danielle Metter will take a seat on the bench for the time being. Payne, who had 13 against Commerce on Thursday. That was a season high for her. Thompson has that one blocked. Trying to take it away from Moore is Solis. She stepped on the end line. Ball to ASU.
Hey, Tennessee! D, Tennessee!
Davis for Delgado.
Look at her, look at her!
Samuel. Moore inside. Back out, trying a 3 is Delgado. And there's the second triple of the night for ASU. 5 points from Maria Delgado. And Angelo on an 11-2 run to start this second quarter. Payne to Thompson. Thompson just a little bit off the mark today, at least in the early going. She started this game 0 of 4. This is a player that averages more than 16 points a game. Shot no good. Moore tries to get the rebound away. It instead comes to Hampton. Out for Samuel. Back inside for Moore, off her hands, out of bounds.
Hey, Tara, right idea, but get a better angle. That's a real tough pass. Take a dribble. Here.
Payne, the sophomore from Pearland, Texas. In her first year in the blue and gold. That 3 in and out. Rebounded and racing ahead is now slowing it down, I should say, is Delgado.
Asia, come get it. Tennessee.
Giving it to Davis. And Davis content to slowly evaluate her options. Samuel.
Look at the shooter. Keep playing. Motion. Move it.
Delgado for Hampton. 8 to shoot for ASU. 3 no good. Moore right there for the rebound, the putback, and the foul. And Moore has 11 points. And that's the 3rd time she's drawn a foul on a made basket tonight. That foul goes against Solis. That's her first. And the Javelinas have played athletes who are as big and as strong as Dianira Moore this season. We had Taisha Taylor come here for West Texas. And Moore had an outstanding game for WT as Giral comes in for Solis. But the Javelinas didn't give her any end one opportunities, and they were also held WT to a very low percentage from the outside. Giral for Payne. But for Tamook right now, Moore's doing a great job drawing fouls, and also Angelo shooting much better from the outside than West Texas did. Kanye will go to the free throw line for 2. That foul goes against Davis. Kanye 56% from the charity stripe, one of the seniors on Wade Scott's 5th team here in Kingsville. Scott trying to get his team into the conference tournament for the 2nd time in 3 seasons after an absence from that event.
Hey, Elena!
Kanye 1 of 2. Davis brings it up. Inside. Shot no good. Hampton gets the rebound back, wants to go right back up now, instead tosses it out and lost out of bounds. Herndale got him out on the same page. And we'll take a timeout at the 4:52 mark of the 2nd quarter. Angelo State up by 18 at the spec, 34-16. We'll be right back. Payne bringing up for the Javelinas. Tamook shooting 6 of 22 so far in this game. They're still looking for their first 3, 0 of 5 in that statistic. And Tamook, another steal by Angelo State. ASU's defense opportunistic and on point so far in this game, and that's really helped them build this big lead. That was their 3rd steal of the night. 3 from outside by Samuel, and an out more right back for the rebound. The putback gives Angelo a 20-point lead. 14 points for her. The Hawks are actually winning the turnover battle so far. They've taken it away 7 times. They have 6 giveaways. But those steals for Angelo State have almost invariably turned into points. Shot off the mark by Alcoyne. Ahead for Daniels. And Daniels showing exactly why she earned the conference's preseason honor of Player of the Year. Running the point for this team. Delgado outside. 3 no good. Kanye the rebound. Payne for Thompson. For Christina Kanye. Kanye with 3 points, ups that total to 5. Transferred to the Javelinas from Coastal Bend College in her 2nd season in the blue and gold, seeing a lot more action this season than last season. Ball stolen by Payne. Payne has it knocked out by Daniels, out of bounds to the Javelinas. Javelina, as you can probably tell, very short-handed this evening. No Chloe Lane, no Bridget Upton, no Nicole Hutchins, no Rachel Taps, no Angelica Wall. Wade Scott playing with a very short bench this evening. Thompson, Giral, Alcoyne, almost looked like she might have intercepted a pass meant for Payne. 8 to shoot. Payne, Alcoyne, Thompson with the shot clock at 3. Will try a 3 off the iron for Delgado.
Hey, Luke!
Gives it to Daniels, and Daniels just looks at this offense like she's run it 1,000 times.
Back, Katera!
Moore over Giral for 2 more.
Good job, Maria.
She's got 16. Her season high is 24 points. That came against MSU Billings back on December 19th. Payne, Alcoyne has a shot blocked by Moore, and Moore just made that look easy, like she didn't even have to try. Delgado, Daniels for 3.
Go get it!
Rebounded by Giral. So Lee's leading score for the Javelina so far with 7 points, but she's still looking for her first rebound. Easy steal by Daniels, and Kanya just no chance to keep up with her. 9 points for the senior from Atlanta. For Thompson, Alcoyne too strong.
Hey, in!
Just over a minute to go until we hit halftime. Daniels over 2 players draws the foul.
Hey, I'd like to do, because you're going to be in the opposite side.
And call goes against Giral. That's her second foul. Just 3 fouls so far in this quarter between these 2 teams. And 2 shots for Daniels, 63% from the charity stripe. Coming off a 22-point showing against Commerce, and it was a 14-point win for ASU on Saturday. And Metter and Solis back in for Tamuk. Daniels with 10 points tonight. She had 6 points the first time these 2 teams met, and that hurt Angelo State, and a foul called against Daniels. That's 2 on her. Samuel comes in. Exactly a minute to play in this half. Metter for Solis. Outside, Kanya. For Solis. Guarded by Moore, and Solis travels to give it back to ASU.
Get down there. In. Okay, you're back, Asia. Back. Look at her.
Inside Moore. Outside left open is Blunt. And she cans a 3, her first bucket of the evening.
You'll have one more trip.
Javelina can't quite hold for the last shot. They can run it down to about 7 seconds if they so choose. Giral for Thompson. I'm still looking for our first bucket. There it is. With 17 seconds to play before halftime.
One shot. Go.
Davis with 4. Inside for Moore, who just rolls to the basket for an easy 2. And Gianni Moore closes out the half with 18 points. And she has simply been unstoppable for Angelo State so far in this game. So the Ramblers will take a 25-point lead to the halftime locker room. 46-21 is the score. We'll take our first break of the half. We'll be right back. This is Temuque Women's Basketball on the Javelina Sports Network. One half a play in the books at the Spec. And the Javelinas trail the Angelo State Rambells by a score of 46-21. And Angelo looking every bit like the number 20 team in the nation, like the top team in the Lone Star Conference through one half a play. I mentioned on Saturday when the Javelinas played Tarleton, and Tarleton won that game 84-55. I thought Tarleton was the most impressive team that we had seen come into the Spec this season. Angelo State has killed that perception, at least in this broadcaster's mind, in just one half of play. This ASU team just has looked unstoppable through one half, whether it's offensively or defensively. I'd be hard-pressed to bet against them to win the Lone Star Conference. Deanir Moore has been a force to be reckoned with, and the Javelinas just unable to find an answer for her so far in this game. She has 19 points. That's far and away the most. She also has 5 rebounds. She's closing in on what would be her 5th double-double of the season, and she's hit all 8 of her shots from the floor and all 3 free throws. She has not missed a shot in this entire game, whether it's been from the floor or the charity stripe. Marquita Daniels with 10 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of steals to her credit as she adds to that LSC leading steals total. But as impressive as those numbers are, in my opinion, the things that impress me the most is the things they've prevented the Javelinas from doing. Temuque has two players in the top 5 in the conference in a couple of stats. They have Brianna Solis, who's 5th in the conference in rebounding. She averages 7.2 rebounds per game. And Brene Thompson, who leads the LSC in scoring. Brene averages better than 16 points per game. Through one half, Brianna Solis doesn't have a single rebound, and Brene Thompson has 3 points, which came on Temuc's, essentially their last possession before the half. The way that the Rambells have prevented the Javelinas, or prevented those two Javelina players from excelling in the areas that they have been outstanding in so far this season, just really tells you how good this Angelo State team is. They found two things that the Hogs do well. They have Brianna Solis as a great rebounder, Brene Thompson is a great scorer. They have completely taken those strengths away from this team, and they're forcing the Javelinas to score, get points from other sources, and they're making other players beat them out on the glass. Danielle Metter leading the team with 5 rebounds so far in this game. Angelo also shooting 50% on the nose, 18 of 36 from the floor. They've hit 3 of 12 from 3. The Javelinas just 8 of 28 so far, 28.6%. And the Hogs have hit just 1 3 in 7 attempts, and that, as I mentioned, was that last 3 by Brene Thompson towards the end of the half. Rebounding, ASU ahead 29-10, and that has been a problem for the Javelinas in these games where they fall behind by big margins. It was an issue against Eastern New Mexico when the Greyhounds came here, and it was an issue against Tarleton on Saturday. There are a few teams who are just able to out-rebound this Javelina squad, and in both instances make it now 3 instances counting tonight. That just makes it so difficult on this team to have success when the opponent is dominating the boards, and that is exactly what's happened tonight. Turnovers are about even, 8-8, but ASU has turned their 8 takeaways into 14 points, just 4 for Temuc. And also the Rambells with 12 second chance points, none for the Javelinas, who have 2 offensive rebounds compared to ASU's 10. And we'll take our second break of halftime. We'll come right back. 25-point lead for ASU, 46-21 on the Javelina Sports Network. Halftime here at the Spec between Angelo State and Texas A&M-Kingsville, and the Javelinas trailing ASU 46-21 at the half as Temuque takes on the number 20 team in the nation. And plenty of action around Javelina Nation this week. Women's, or I should say softball, playing a doubleheader today over at Hubert Field, and the Javelinas winning the first game by a score of 6-4. And a second game just about to start over at Hubert Field between Temuque and St. Edward's. Temuque, if they can win this game, will be 7-0, and that'll match the best start in program history, which came back in 2009. And also, the Javelina golf program busy in Laredo this week. They just completed the final round of the Jack Brown Memorial Invitational, where they took third place. Christina Gutierrez finishing tied for 6th at that event, while Madison Lake finished 11th. That matches her best finish this season. And this is a Javelina golf team that will be active throughout the spring. Your next event is in 2 weeks. They'll be in Austin at the St. Edward's Women's Golf Invitational, and then they'll be in Corpus at the end of the month at the Islander Classic. The Javelina softball team, they will be in San Antonio this weekend for 4 games, and the Javelina baseball team, they'll be at a tournament as well this weekend as the Javelinas, as they try and bounce back from an 0-3 start to the season. They will be in Cleburne for 4 games. The Temuque men's basketball team, they are busy tomorrow in Laredo against Texas A&M International. And we'll have constant updates for you on that via at Javelina Men's Basketball on Twitter. Now, so around the LSC, this is the only game in the LSC that is scheduled for tonight. There are 4 games on Thursday, including the Javelinas against Texas Women's, as Temuque looks to sweep the season series against their rivals. That game will be in Denton. And then on Saturday, the Javelinas will actually have a Saturday off. There'll be 5 games going on. The Javelinas are not scheduled to be in action on Saturday. And their hope is the teams around them in the conference standings, like TW and Cameron and Midwestern State, all lose, and that'll give the Javelinas a little bit of a boost heading into the final month of the season. We'll take one more break. We'll be right back. Halftime is just about over. We'll have the second half of basketball here from the Spec when we return. Both teams back on the floor as we prepare to start the second half of basketball. Javelinas trailing this one 46-21. A quick update from Hubert Field. In the bottom of the second, the Javelinas and Hilltoppers are scoreless. Brianna Smith on the mound for Temuque after Sadie Castillo got her 4th win of her freshman year in the first game. And Castillo retired the first 15 batters she faced in that game before the Hilltoppers put up 4 runs in the 7th inning to make it a close finish. And Daniel setting up the offense for ASU. Hampton with Davis, Moore, and Blunt on the floor. Jump shot, 2 points for Asia Davis. Davis has 4 points. Javelina's trying to find a shooting stroke in the second half that wasn't there in the first. So Lees in on Moore.
Straight up.
Up and under, draws the foul. And I believe that's the first one on Deanira Moore. 2 shots coming up for Solis, 67% free throw shooter, the freshman from San Angelo, Texas. Moore with 8 points. Check that. Solis with 8 points. That leads the Javelina. Solis, who has had as many as 15 rebounds in a game this season. Check that, 17 rebounds in a game earlier this year. So looking for her first board of the day. Davis brings it up. Hampton pass for Moore off the hands of Solis. Getting it back is Blunt. Daniels for Blunt. Hampton, from the corner, has it blocked, but they call the foul on Solis.
Hey, I love the penetration out of motion.
And for Solis, that'll be her second foul.
Her second personal foul, first team foul for her. Angelo shooting 2 shots.
First one, no good. Hampton 70% on the season. And she is really a 40-minute player for Coach Renee Shippey. She led the team in minutes played last year. She was an All-LST second-team selection. She averages better than 12 points per game. She's coming off a couple of rough games against, or I can't say 2 rough, her team won both, but 2 games against Commerce and Tarleton where she scored just 2 points in each contest. But it certainly did not hurt Angelo's bottom line. Hannah Alcoin for 3. Second made 3-pointer of the day for Kingsville. Alcoin with 5 points. Hampton, they get a whistle and a foul inside. I believe that'll be the second on Deanira Moore.
Hey, come on, man.
Second team foul for the Red Belt. In the game for the Hawks.
Hey, energy.
And Giral and Renee Thompson back into the game for the Javelinas. So Payne, Metter, Solis, Thompson, and Giral on the floor for Wade Scott. Thompson trying to use the glass a little bit too strong. Rebounded by Hampton. Hampton, shot no good, draws the foul. And 2 shots coming up for her. That's the third on Giral.
Her third personal foul, second team foul for the Hawks. Angelo shooting 2 shots.
This is going to be the 7th game of the year for Lydia Giral, where she's reached double figures in minutes. Free throw no good from Hampton. Alcoin comes in. Just a quick break on the bench for Hannah Alcoin.
Come on, Buck. Get your energy up.
And 1 or 2 for Hampton. She's got 4 points.
Watch ball screen right here. Watch this trail ball screen.
Payne and the Javelinas trying to find a way to chip away. It was a 24-point lead for Angelo State, 50-26. Metter.
Good, Asia.
Metter uses the glass for 2 points. That's her second bucket of the day. 4 points for the junior from Corpus. Davis with a pick set by both Hampton and Moore. Inside for Moore, working on Solis. Shot a little too strong. Metter ahead to Thompson.
Hey, again,
Thompson's looking for her second basket. Alcoin out of the corner for 3. And she has 8 points. Inside for the layup, 2 points for Marquita Daniels. 12 points for her.
Yeah, come on. This group right here, we need energy. Let's go.
Payne and Metter at the point.
See your help.
You ready to help?
Metter lost it out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Javelina. Metter down underneath the basket.
16. Let's guard. 16 on the
And
clock.
this is something the Javelinas can ill afford as another player who's banged up. They're the junior from Corpus, who has made an impact on this squad in just her first season as a Javelina. She started, this was her 19th start of the season in 20 appearances, averaging better than 9 points a game, and has a couple double-doubles to her credit this season. And Metter gingerly heading off the court as Christina Kanya checks in.
Baseline.
And Payne to inbound it for the Javelinas. The 6:33 mark
Screener.
here in the third quarter.
Screener. Screen the screener. Close.
Thompson. Thompson will try another three. That one's no good. A rebound grab by Daniels.
Hey, down, in.
Daniels listed at 5'7", a senior from Atlanta. Three no good, and there's a rebound for Brianna Solis.
Good.
Thompson for Kanyu, who made that catch like a wide receiver.
17, guard.
Payne too strong. Rebounded by Essence Johnson.
Hey, come
Daniels.
in. Let's go.
Free throw line. Kanye, the rebound, trying to take it away and drawing a foul, or committing a foul, was Delgado. That's the third against Angelo State here in the quarter.
Hey, let's go. Who's got ball? Katara, we come get ball. Let's go.
Payne and the Hogs trying to get this lead
the
under
ball
20
screen.
for
Get
the
under.
first time
Good.
since the second quarter.
Helpy.
Payne can't get the roll but draws the foul. And that's 4 on ASU. And that's Guitarra Samuel who committed the foul.
Number 13 with 18, shooting 2 shots for the Hawkeyes.
And Payne at 79% misses the first free throw. Two points so far in this game for her. She hits 1 out of 2.
Stack split.
Go hard.
Outside Johnson, a little bit too strong. Rebound to Payne. Ahead for Thompson. Inside Solis. Solis can't get the bounce or the roll.
Go set it. Drag.
Daniels will bring it up. And we're back on Javelina Athletics. Apologize for the technical difficulties. You can see the score. ASU still ahead, leading this one by 25 as we come down to the final 5 minutes of play. Reve Payne into the paint, gets the roll for 2.
Hey, come set it.
Payne with 5 points so far in this game. Daniels out for Delgado. Inside, and we get a jump ball possession arrow favoring the Javelinas. And this will in all likelihood go into the books as the 7th consecutive win for this Angelo State team, coached by Renee Shippey in her 3rd season on the bench at ASU. And a little bit of a connection between these programs here. Shippey played on the women's basketball team as Solis out for Reve Payne. Rebounded by Samuel. Shippey played basketball at Central Missouri the same time that Temuka assistant DJ Slifer played at Central Missouri. And Shippey played for Coach Slifer's dad, Dave Slifer, who's still the head coach of Central Missouri, who won his first national championship with the Mules last season. And Slifer and Shippey, as you would expect, certainly know each other from their time at Central Missouri together, from Shippey's coach playing for Slifer's dad. And here they are now both coaching in the Lone Star Conference. Renee Thompson can't get the bounce off can't get the ball off the glass. Daniels, Delgado. And now Marquita Daniels swinging it right for Samuel. And they get a foul on Christina Kanya. And I'll take us to immediate timeout, 3:44 to go in regulation, a 73-48 lead for Angelo State. We'll be right back on the Javelina Sports Network. Less than 4 minutes to go in this one. ASU with a 73-48 lead over the Javelinas. ASU preparing to move to 17-2. They will be 12-1 in the LSC. The Hogs will unfortunately drop their 4th straight. Their record will be 8-12 overall, 5-8 in the conference. Now Temuka won't have to wait long to get back out here. On Thursday they'll be in Denton. In fact, they don't have a lot of time to hang around Kingsville after this game. They got to head to Denton for a game on Thursday night before having Saturday off. Their next game after that will be on February 14th at Eastern New Mexico. And Temuka will begin their next game at 7 o'clock against TWU on Thursday. And free throw no good from Samuel. Javelinas beat TWU the first time they played, and one of the best games we've seen here at the Spec this season. Took the lead late on a 3 from Chloe Lane and held on to beat TWU 72-70. And that really started this team on that run of 5 wins in 6 games. Kanya rolls around, doesn't go down. Solis back out to Payne. Left for Thompson. Thompson does get the friendly bounce. That gives her 7 points today. Brianna Solis leads Temuka with 11. Kanya has 10. And for Christina Kanya, that is a career high. Out of bounds, possession to the Javelinas. Lydia Giral is the only player who has played who was not on the score sheet for Temuka. Her 17 minutes are the most she's played since the first game of the year against Chadron State. Kanya. Thompson at the free throw line against Delgado. Kanya. Payne. Payne with the layup, not strong enough. Rebounded by Johnson. Ahead quickly to Samuel. Against Kanya, has it blocked, gets it right back and lays it up and in. Payne against Mannery into the corner. Thompson hits her second three. That puts her in double figures. She's got 10 points. Inside Johnson over Solis, no good. Rebounded by Kanya. Ahead for Thompson. Thompson is in double figures for the 9th straight game with that last three. So Lee's underneath draws the foul.
Foul number 22, her third personal foul, 15 foul for the Red Bells.
Hey, I need to see you guys sprint back.
100 seconds to play here in.
Unattended.
100 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Angelo stayed ahead 76 to 53.
Let's go, Dita.
And De'Aria Watson in for the second time in the game. Watson, a junior from Edwardsville, Illinois. So Lee's back at the free throw line. Her season high in points is 13. And with that free throw, she's one off that total. Mannery up top for Andronike Anthony Harris. Johnson back to Mannery. Samuel with 5 to shoot, misses the layup. Rebounded by Kanya. Kanya, 10 points and now 5 rebounds, having probably her best game as a Javelina. Giral in the corner. So Lees out for Thompson, 14 to shoot. We'll try the three. Johnson might have gotten a hand on that. A whistle, and we get a foul on the floor. And that'll be against Solis. Oh, no, check that. That foul was against Angelo. So I saw the referee point in the direction of, pointing in Angelo State's direction. And so Lees has matched her season high with 13 points. 52.8 remaining on the game clock. And so Lees with a new season high of 14. Layup by Mannery gets her on the scoreboard. Ahead to Kanya. Out for Giral. And Lydia Giral with her first three-pointer of the season. Javelinas are outscoring Angelo State in this fourth quarter, 20 to 14. That'll be certainly a bright spot in this game. Mannery. Angelo cannot run the clock out here. 7 to shoot. Pass stolen by Giral. Somebody trying to get off. One more shot. And so Lees will draw a foul at 1.4. And so the Javelinas can take some solace outscoring the number 20 team in the nation over the course of the final quarter. Rana Solis with a career high, or should I say, career high, season high. She's a freshman. It's all the same. Christina Kanya with a season high. Javelinas who got beat by 32 the first time they played Angelo. Fall by 17 tonight. And we'll take a quick break and come right back. We'll wrap everything up post-game. We'll let you know the next time the Hogs are in action. When we come back, this is the Javelina Sports Network. Javelina's drop for the fall. Apologies if you heard that. A fall for the 12th time this season. Their 4th straight loss. They fall to 5-8 in the LSC. Angelo, their 7th consecutive win. They're 17-2 overall and 12-1 in the conference. They continue to solidify their spot at the top of this conference. Some bright spots again for the Javelinas. Christina Kanya with 10 points and 5 boards. Probably her best game, at least her best game statistically as a Javelina. Brianna Solis, a career high 16 points. Renee Thompson with 10 points. She's in double figures for the 9th straight game. And the Javelinas just simply faced an outstanding team that played outstanding tonight. Angelo shooting 40% as a team. They held Temuque to 31.6. Angelo 5 of 22 from 3. The Hogs 6 of 19. Good job getting to the free throw line. 23 shots. They hit 19 of them. But Angelo with 50 rebounds in this game. And they had twice as many rebounds, more than twice as many rebounds as the Javelinas. And just an enormous differential. Really tough for any team to overcome, especially facing a squad as good as ASU. Deanira Moore with 24 points. That matches her season high. Marquita Daniels, 14.7 rebounds, also for Moore, her 5th double-double of the season. And for the Javelina, it's just a difficult night against an outstanding team this evening here at the Spec. Now, Temuque again back in action on Thursday. They get back at it in a hurry against TWU. They'll play in Denton at 7 p.m. They followed up with a matchup against Eastern New Mexico, a game next Saturday against West Texas. They come back home on February 21st against UTPB for a 5:30 contest, and we'll have that all here for you via the Javelina Sports Network. And don't forget, plenty of action in Javelina Nation between now and then. Javelina softball with a 6-0 lead in the 4th inning right now over at Hubert Field, over at St. Ed's. And the next broadcast for the Javelina Sports Network will be back here at the Spec on February 21st. Temuque basketball against UT Permian Basin. We'll have it all here for you on YouTube live via Javelina Athletics. My name is Mark and Sarah. Thank you for tuning in to this evening's contest. Again, the final score, ASU 78, Temuque 61. Have a good night.